For the Community Foundation, we want to share some stories about our donors. We've had some remarkable donors of all parts of this region, from Wainfleet to Fort Erie to Niagara-on-the-Lake. Some donors who would not be the typical donor. We may have a retired school teacher. We may have a wealthy philanthropist. It's really quite interesting when you have donors willing to share their stories. So for us to share donor stories is really important. So, we're using this camera today for me to sort of start the social media campaign, but we know some donors are really uncomfortable having the camera rolling. So we've been very respectful of the donor's privacy. If they're willing to let us tweet the story, if they're willing to let us to share the circumstances of the story without naming them in particular, we've been very respectful of this over the last, since 2000 when we started the Community Foundation. Well, one of the reasons we want to do social media is to share with the community the many, many great stories and projects that we've been able to fund. Everything from a little $500 grant to purchase a video camera so that another charity can use that to tell their story and launch their social media campaign, to a $10,000 grant for a brand new playground in the inner city of Fort Erie. And you don't think of Fort Erie having an inner city, but there are some neighborhoods in Fort Erie that have been devastated by companies moving out. So it's really important that we can show the community the scope of the work that we've been able to support. So when people think of the Niagara Community Foundation, they think of grants and donors. But one of the things that we've been really proud of is how we can use our small assets, our other assets, our human assets, to work with others in the community on some non-traditional projects. So we've been involved with the development of Leadership Niagara, which is a wonderful program to train the next generation of community leaders. So it's a year-long program with representatives from business, the public sector, and the charity sector. About 30 young people in their 30s working together and learning about Niagara. We provide bursaries for leaders from the voluntary sector to take part in that. One of the other community leadership initiatives that we've done is we share in a publication of a report called Living in Niagara, which comes out every 3 years. It's like a community benchmark report. This report is based on solid research. So now when groups come to us requesting money, it has to relate to the information that's in this Living in Niagara report, because we want to make sure that what you're asking is not saying, I think or I assume, but I know that this is something that's happening, and this is something that we can do about it.